Hi, this is Tim Byrne. I'm Tim Byrne, and it's Tim Byrne Almost Live, and I'm on the couch is Mr. Wickenden.
Hello,
Michael.
Tim, how are you?
Good, how are you? I had to act like we just met.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Mikey runs Stadia Door and Glass. Actually, I guess it's Stadia Curtain Wall or Stadia everything.
Wall, Stadia contracts.
Stadia everything?
Yeah.
You've been running it for how long?
15 years this year.
Is it 15 years?
Well, I've been with this company for 15 years, running it for 5.
How old were you when you started?
17?
Were you really?
Yeah.
Were you really?
18 probably, yeah.
18
Aurora.
years old?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in a truck.
Holy shit.
Opportunity after opportunity.
15 years ago, 2004, 5?
Yeah, 2005.
Did Rob or Kevin hire you?
No.
Or they'd left?
Chris
Dunkling
hired me, and Glenn.
And Glenn McLean.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Glenn, McLean.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
What made you stick it out? Was it because that was when I just bought out Kevin and Rob, and the whole thing was a little topsy-turvy and fucked up, and we were getting ready to move. What made you stay between 2005 to 2012?
That there always seemed to be an opportunity opening that allowed me to keep on progressing. I wasn't worried.
Weren't you worried? Were you like, this is fucked up? Or
no, we had a good brand, and it was, we always came out on top at the end of the day, right? So
yeah, we always did. Now that you're running the place, did you ever say to yourself when you took it over that I want to do X differently? And was there something that you went, oh, fuck that, I'm never doing that? I saw that done when I was down there sweeping the floor and I hated it.
And I think that's why the guys respect me more and listen too, because I've been there. Yeah, because I swept the floor, or I'm not afraid still to pick up the broom and sweep the floor if it needs to be done.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's why the guys respect you and us, is because we're not afraid to, if it needs to happen, to pick up the broom and
still do it, right?
Yeah, still do it.
But is there something that you hated back then? You said, I'll never do that to that guy or those guys, or I hated when I was treated like that. Is there something in your management arsenal of tools that you watched happen when you were 17 and you went, I fucking don't want to be treated like that? You changed the way you treat people?
I think it's more of asking and caring, showing the guys that you care, not just that they're a number, right? That's what we try to beat down to the guys and let everybody know. We try to be a family rather than just a company, right? And they feel that from the top down. They feel that, and it makes them want to come to work. And I think that's something that we've changed, and we've definitely
spent a lot of time on.
A lot of time concentrating on making sure that we do that. Guys have babies, we send them baskets and flowers, and it makes them really feel.
And husbands are okay.
Yeah, it brings tears to their wife's eyes when their employer sends them a basket like this, and they got a job at a hospital or something, and they're just a number. They get nothing.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah,
I think people are tired of not being cared about. Mm-hmm. Forget about the paycheck, because the paycheck's a given. Yeah. About being cared about, right?
Or you're late for work. We're more concerned if you're okay rather than give you shit for being late.
Right. Yeah. Right. Are you okay before where you are?
Yeah.
I get that. All right. What's your favorite job you've done in the last 15 years?
Favorite job? Like service call or like?
Fuck. Just, the thing. What is the fucking favoriteest job? Not the biggest. The one that you liked.
The one that I liked.
2005. We've done some fucked up shit at the zoo.
Yeah. I'd say always those TD plates at 66 Wellington, those large plates always.
Do you remember the first one you did?
Yeah.
On your own?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Sweating, terrified, just.
Did you?
Especially when you show up and stand there and watch. Right?
Okay. So when you, the very first one you did, because I think I remember that we had a conversation and I said, you just got to fucking.
Go for it.
You got to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Take some risk and do it.
Because you spend all this time doing it with everybody else. You put yourself in a position where you've been the guy sweeping the floor, the guy hanging onto the cups, the guy holding the remote control, and now you got to go. Now I'm going to run all the guys.
Yeah.
And there's that moment where you realize that everybody's looking at you. Do you remember that first one that you did?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the moment being on the site?
It's a turning moment too, and it's just, you sit up all night, you're thinking about it, and it's just like sometimes you just got to go for it, and it works out, right? You plan.
What people don't realize how big that glass is. So these pieces of glass are massive, dangerous.
Especially the old ones coming out too are plate, right?
Yeah, they're plate and anneal glass, which means when they crack and break, they cut off people's heads.
Oh yeah.
And people get badly hurt, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the worst thing that's happened?
Worst thing that's happened
in your career?
Same thing, same job site. Our cups failed while the glass was hanging.
And?
Same 66 Wellington. So We
Does Adam Tan know this?
Oh yeah.
Okay, keep going then. I was just making sure before we told the story. Okay, go ahead.
So we have the manipulator on the end of a telehandler, and it's got the new piece of glass in it, and we've started rotating it
On suction cups.
on suction cups. So it's holding the piece of glass by suction, starts rotating, and it fails or stops working while it's kitty corner. It won't rotate
Off
any
the ground.
further. Off the ground, 8 feet off the ground. It's rotated this huge piece of glass, 2,000 pounds, on the forklift. The cup stops working. Still suctioned, but it won't do any other movement. So we run through our head, okay, what are we going to do?
How'd you know it wasn't? Sorry, those cups are battery powered or something, right?
Yep.
And you can hear them in the odd time go.
Kick on and off.
How'd you know they stopped working? Because they're battery powered. So
The remote, so it's a wireless connection from the cup to the remote. There's no manual override on the actual unit. So we have the wireless connection would not reconnect.
How'd you know it wasn't the remote?
We
How'd
tried.
you know the difference between the remote, the machine?
Yeah. So that was a matter of 3 hours where we said, okay, get new batteries. Okay, plug in the machine. We went through ABC, and finally it was just I climbed up on top of the forklift, reached in there. I said, okay, we laid out plywood underneath and just switched it switched it back on again, and it reconnected, and we were able to finish the job. But it was that moment where you're like, okay, we got to try something.
So you climbed up the forklift,
Yeah,
mucked out onto the forks,
yeah.
and flicked the
yeah.
on-off switch to see if it would reset.
Yeah.
So when you're out on the fork, you're what, about 15 feet off the ground, 20
Yeah.
at this moment? Shimmied out in the forks,
Yeah.
looked at everybody and said, stand back,
Yeah.
and went, click, click, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing was going to, so it was either going to go back on. Did you know that? Or did you think, did you go out there thinking it was going to fall? Or did you go out
Yeah.
there thinking it was going to click back on?
I didn't know at that point. It was 50-50. So we were prepared that it could fall. So we protected the area with plywood, everything in case it did.
Got everybody back.
Got everybody back, yeah.
Just you in
Yeah.
harm's way.
Yeah.
And so when you clicked it off, how many seconds did you wait?
Wait about 5 seconds and you're right.
And so you're sitting on the fork, kind of
Yeah.
click, clicked, wait, 1, 2, and clicked it back on. And did it just go and start?
Yeah. We reconnect the cup. It got it. We were able to rotate it and then finish.
How many hours did you spend doing that?
I think it was midnight by the time we finished. So we were like, sat there for 3 hours, weighing out all the options, getting plywood ready, preparing the area, preparing for the worst.
How long did it stay floating?
It stayed floating there, not connected, and for probably 4 hours.
But it went in.
Went in, job got done.
Have you ever been hurt?
I've been hurt once.
What happened to you?
So I was cutting a piece of aluminum on a chop saw, and my finger actually went into the chop saw and cut the tip of my finger off. Oh yeah, it's still tingly.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Did you go to the hospital?
Yeah. Stitches. They had to stitch the top of my finger back on.
What's the worst accident you've ever seen?
Trevor.
Were you there for that?
I was not there. I was there within the hour after it happened.
I don't mean to be morbid, but we're in the glass business, so it ends up that we end up being in an industry where if you're not incredibly safe and incredibly self-aware, there's a chance that you can hurt yourself really, really badly. We're the highest charging in WSIB,
yeah,
the highest, I guess, ironworkers in us.
Yeah.
Right? We're the highest fee for WSIB because of the opportunity for death and injury and fatality is really, really high. And we spent a lot of time doing health and safety at Stadia Door and Glass. Like
Training,
a lot. Oh, my God. And then still...
Safety. Put on your PPE. Wear your gloves.
Yeah, right. Put your hard hat on. Put on your gloves. Put on your
Stretch
safety glasses.
before lifting. Yeah.
Stretch before lifting. Make sure your cups are clean. On and on and on. And this last year, a gentleman who's worked with us for a long, long, long time undid a piece of glass on a truck that wasn't tipped the right way.
Yeah. So it was loaded on a flatbed truck, and it was on the wrong angle.
On an angle.
Yeah.
And it fell on top of him and crushed his lower half. And it's funny, too. We don't have very many bad injuries.
Accident, no.
And it's funny because we actually refer to the tip of your finger not as in the top 10.
No.
But when something like that happens, it really affects every single person in the organization.
Yeah.
Because guys, and even if you weren't witness to it, it takes the heart and soul out of the company, the air, from your breath. You know,
Definitely.
like for everybody, it makes everybody panic and heightens. I really regret to say that it heightens people's need to be safe when somebody gets hurt.
Or awareness, yeah, definitely.
Which makes it really sad to think that you have to wait for something bad, but literally everybody became really attentive really, really quick.
Or how fast your life can change, right?
And God bless that Trevor's still alive and working through his recovery. So it's been almost a year. He still hasn't walked on his own yet.
No.
And we're working towards that. And we talk to him all the time, and he's still loved. And WSIB, I'll be honest, our system that we have in Ontario works great.
To take care of them. And,
Take care of everybody. Rehab, surgeries.
Tries to find them another job. And
it's funny for the people that watch in the U.S. to deal with the healthcare. This guy crushed his body, and 9-10 surgeries later is still zero cost and still taken care of. Like whether you make $1 million a year, whether you make $10 a year, he's being treated with such great care and concern. It's so impressive. Who's your favorite asset management company? Isn't it
King set?
Queen set?
Yeah.
It's Queen set. All right, we're going to cut this short. I'm Tim Byrne. This is Tim Byrne Almost Live, and people are starting to show up. Mike Wickenden,
Have a good day,
thank you
guys.
so much, brother. I love you.
Love you, man.